In this video, I'm going to go over our allocation document. This is something we call our PDR or our portfolio design recommendations. This is a document that we're going to use we might use it in a third meeting, right? If we need more detail. We're certainly going to use it whenever we have an allocation meeting. And the purpose of this document is really to help it's not incredibly detailed, but it's kind of, again, big picture, but narrowing things down. Here's how we're going to structure a portfolio. So let's go ahead and share my screen, and let's go ahead and take a look at this document. So this is of all things, by the way, this is a Pages document right here, so specific to Apple. Notice what it says right away. Stop. This is a template. Please go to File, Duplicate to save a copy before editing. And then once you save, delete the box. So let's do that. Let's go to File up here, Duplicate, and we're just going to do that. And the minute we do that, this happens, and we get to name it. So let's name this. I like to date it 11. This is November of 2024 when I'm recording this. So 11/24, the client's last name Sample. It's John and Jane Sample. PDR. That's how I title them. I'm going to hit enter. Now I've done that. I'm working on the sample PDR. You can see it right up here. So I can go ahead and click this box and hit delete. Now I just need to go in here and type in, and you're going to put your name down here, of course, but I'm just going to go in and I'm going to say, oh, this is for John and Jane Sample family, and this is going to be November 2024. So something like that, right? Okay, cool. Then I'm going to scroll down even further. And this is kind of how we generally do things. We have long-term growth, growth and income protected. These are our buckets, right? And the general rule of thumb is use age minus 10 for what goes in protected. That's general rule of thumb. So let's pretend this couple is, I don't know, we'll pretend they're 60. So we're going to put 50% protected. And, the difference might be split 50-50, 25-25. It might be 30-20. Let's do that. Let's go 50% on the bottom, 30% growth in income, 20% long-term growth. And we'll imagine they have $1 million to make it simple. So let's go ahead. Long-term growth. So what do we do? We're just going to double click here. 20% or 200,000 goes there. And we're going to do it again right down here at the bottom, 200, right? So we're going to have 200,000 in this category. And then I'm going to go ahead. What's a bad year look like for this part of the bucket? Well, this category could be down 35%. And so 35% of 200 is $70,000. On the other hand, it could be up 45%. So that might be $90,000. So I'm just going to put that information there just to help them understand that this bucket has quite a wide range of year by year expectation. Now, meanwhile, in the middle, oh, I don't know why that says stallion. That's no good. I don't like that. I'm going to put here the Centennial Alternative Fund there. So let's say here in the middle, we're going to put, we said 300,000 in growth and income. Just for fun, let's do 200,000 again in managed growth and income, and we'll just put 100,000 of it maybe in the Centennial Alternative Fund. So we have an alternative fund that we use, and a minimum deposit is 100 grand, so that works. So we're going to put 300,000 total here, right? So we said we're going to put 30% in this category. Now, in a bad year, we might be down 15%. That's minus 45,000, right? 15% of 300K. We might be up 30%. I'm going to reduce this to 25 maybe and say, hey, in a good year, we might be up 25%. 25% of 300K is what, 75,000? There we go. So that's how that category might do in any one year. That's the range that we would expect this category to experience. And then finally at the bottom, oh my God, I've got to update this. We've got money market, fixed income. Let's say we're going to put just for fun, we're going to put, the balance 500,000. We don't need money market or fixed income for this person. We'll put 500,000 in the indexed annuity approach. And a bad year, we're going to lose zero. We can't lose money there, but we might make some money in a good year. We might make as much as 20%. So we'll call it 100 grand, right? And the index annuities we use, remember, we're going to use annuities that do not have caps. So, making a 20% year is certainly a possibility. All right, great. Now we're going to add it all up. So overall, we have a total of here $1 million, right? There we go. And here's what I do. I'm just going to add up. How much could we lose in a bad year? Minus 70, minus 45. That's 115,000. Okay, great. So in a bad year, overall, we could be down 115K. And that works out to be what? 11.5% on $1 million. So I just have to, update that number right there, right? So I could be down 100 grand. On the other hand, in a good year, I could be up, let's add these up. 90 and 75 is 165. I could be up 265,000. Let's type that in right there. I could be up 265,000 on $1 million. That is, 26.5%. And this is where I always like to ask, how do we feel about this? And you know what? Nobody's mad at me if you're up to 100 grand. Like nobody gets mad at me, but I'm worried about this number. I want to make sure this number is something that we're comfortable with. And if they say, I don't want to be more than 10%, right? I don't want that number to be more than 10%, then okay, maybe we should put 600, a little bit more down here and protected, a little less up top, that kind of idea, right? But let's say we're happy with this. Okay, great. Now the next section is nothing more than saying, look, let's go over what we do for people. So we do annual plan reviews, ongoing investment reviews. We're doing ongoing reviews and updates to your retirement plan, including things like Social Security, pension, portfolio timing. Annual tax preparation. Now we do have to charge for that. It's like $300. It might be a little bit more if you're complicated. If you're simple, it's about $300 if you want us to do that. Annual ongoing tax planning meetings, those are free. Healthcare, long-term care analysis, updates, decisions, life insurance, estate plan updates and decisions. But remember that any fees to an attorney to update or replace your legal documents, that's on you. That's not on us. End of life survivor services, which basically that means we help your surviving spouse, your children, with all kinds of transition. Invitations to all client events, of course, open door policy. So this is what we do for people throughout the year. This is what our fee schedule looks like. The first 500 of managed accounts, 1.5, the next 500, and so on. Now, in your particular structure here, what do we have? We have 200 and 200. We have 400,000 in managed accounts. So we have 400,000 here. And that's going to be at, in the first tier, 1.50%. So that's going to be, if you do the math, $6,000. And then, geez, I got to fix this. That's a Centennial Alternative Fund, right? We've got 100,000 in that one. Let's click that, 100. Now that's charged at 1%, so it's a little cheaper, right? So that's $1,000 right here. And then indexed annuities, we've got about 500. Whoops. And good news, that is charged at 0%. So that's going to be $0. So if we add this up over here we have our $1 million, and we are charging total of $7,000, which equals management fees at the end of the day of 0.7%. Now I'm going to have that filled out before we talk to them, but that's how you structure it. And then you just go in here, and this is down here we have kind of the appendix. At the bottom, it says, hey, delete this box, then go to export, go to file, export it to a PDF. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on the box. I'm going to delete it. I'm going to go up here to file. I'm going to go export to PDF. So when I click that, boom, export your document to PDF. And all you have to do is save. That is it, nothing else. And then where do I want to save it? Maybe on my desktop for now, right? And you're going to label it. This is the 1124 sample because that's our last name. And then you just hit export, which I'm not going to do right now. No, I'll go ahead and do it. I'll export it and then boom, I can go into here, this pages. I can close this out. I can close this out and you'll notice over, where's my sample? There it is right up here. If I double click on this document, we now have a PDF of this document, all done, all completed, and all beautiful. So there we go. That is the allocation document. That's what we use in our third meeting if needed, or in our allocation meeting. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed it.